In almost every office setting, you're going to have a conference room or a conference type of room like this one. And again, the first thing you're going to want to do is dust. So once a week, you would dust like things like the top of the TV and even the screen. Just make sure you don't have any product on your duster when you do that. And then follow me. Some offices have different types of shelving and decorative things, so you'd want to make sure that you're dusting this once a week. I am not going to pick up this planter just because it's heavy, but if it was light, you could pick it up. I will pick up these little guys here. And again, you want to do the whole thing, top to bottom. And then we got a little signage here, which I'm going to dust there. And then voila. In most office settings, you're also going to have wall hangings and picture frames like this. And again, just once a week, you're going to want to carefully just dust the tops of them. Not going fast, but taking your time. And you're also going to, many offices have vents, either up high or down low. This happens to be down low, and they happen to have two of them. So we're going to do that. Okay, another thing you want to do once a week in an office setting would be dust the overhead lighting. And these are a little, I'll use the word precarious. So you just have to be very careful. And some of these, if they're too high for you to reach, let your manager know. We'll decide whether that's something we want to do or not. And then other things that you want to do in an office once a week are windowsills and window ledges. So these, you'll see, dead bugs and different things. We'll just put that on the floor for now. And especially when you have plants like this, they're going to shed. So you're going to have things on the windowsills from that. And again, a lot of offices have these dividers. So you would want to do the top of the divider. And we'll do the top of this glass divider as well, along with computer screens. Again, we're just going to dust the screen. You don't want to have any chemical on your duster. And then things like this. And as far as these desks, normally you can just run a quick duster on them. In most offices, you're going to have cabinetry and shelves like this. And again, this is a once a week task. So we're going to start top to bottom, so the highest part first. And you see all these, there's a lot of knickknacks and things on here. I'm not going to ask you to be moving all of this stuff, but we can move simple things like this. And you want to actually dust the top of that as well. We'll move this aside for now. And again, just be careful. You want to hit the top of that. And then we're just going to do in front of this, like this. And then I'm going to put this back. And working our way down, again, you can lift up simple things like this. I am not going to ask you to move this, whatever this contraption is right there. And again, we'll come over here. We got some awards. We'll just kind of dust around the big one. Get on the side of it. And then so working your way down. And a lot of times you're going to have these divider glass things. And you're going to just want to hit these like once a week. And I'm getting it all the way back in there because they get dusty everywhere. And then we have bases of tables, especially when they're like this. These look terrible when they're dusty. So you want to make sure you want to hit them once a week too when you're doing your dusting. So some other things we do while cleaning offices would be things like the backs of these chairs. Again, you just take your duster once a week. It takes no time whatsoever. Now this chair might take a little bit longer because it's a little more complicated, but again, if you do it every week, the dust does not build up. As you can see on this chair, it's really not that dusty. And then you would want to get the legs like that. And there's other things like bases of tables. Again, it takes 2 seconds once a week, and that's all you need to do. When it comes to vacuum cleaners, there's one thing that you absolutely are not permitted to do, and that is wrap your vacuum cord around your elbow like this. Because what happens is it gets all wrapped up, there gets to be kinks, you go to unwrap it, it'll be all knotted up. So absolutely never do that. Just keep it wrapped up like properly, like you should. That's why they have these wrappers on vacuums, so you can do it properly. All right, thank you for your cooperation. Okay, in a typical office setting, you're gonna have conference room tables, round tables, little tables like this. So I'm just gonna go through and show you how to take care of these tables. A conference room table like this, you probably want to hit it every night that you're cleaning, assuming that they're gathering in that space. So again, just take your microfiber cloth, get it pretty damp in the middle, and you're just going to want to hit the whole table like this. And you're going to want to go all the way around. So for purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to go all the way around that table. We're going to do some of these smaller tables now. So again, like this, I would do this once a week or more often. You can tell when a table has been used. You'll see fingerprints or something on it. So the minimum would be once a week. Come over here to this little table. Again, you'd want to pick things up like that. And there was some fingerprints on here, so got them all wiped up. And I think that is it for this space. So there's another table here I can demonstrate. So again, you just want to, with your microfiber cloth being damp, just wipe the whole table just like that. In many office settings, you're going to have tables that you can literally see the fingerprints just like that. And you want to do an experiment. So we're going to use the disinfectant. And we're going to see how this works. For some of these surfaces, it's going to look smeary. So we're going to experiment with this surface. See how it looks when it dries. I think that looks a little smeary, personally. So you'll learn each building, you'll learn your tables, what you need to do. So for this, we're going to spray some glass cleaner. And hopefully you're going to see a major difference. This just tends to dry better and doesn't leave streaks. And I hope this doesn't show me to be a liar. But we'll have to let it dry before we can have the full proof. So as this is drying, you can see there's no streaks whatsoever. So for this type of table, if this was in your office setting that you were cleaning, you would want to use the glass cleaner rather than the disinfectant. In many office settings, you're going to have glass doors leading into the offices. This one is a sliding glass door. And the only thing we're going to do on this door is just focus around the handle. So I'm just going to spray some glass cleaner on my glass cleaner cloth and just kind of wipe both sides around the handle. And then actually take the rag and wipe the actual handle. And that would be all you would have to do for the glass door. So at times, you're going to need to do the whole door. And usually you can tell because it starts looking kind of smoky or foggy. And when that comes time to do that, this is how you're going to do it. You spray it down in sections. Set that down. Take your glass cloth. I usually like to fold it like that. If you're vertically challenged, you will need to find a stool or something to stand on because you want to do it from top to bottom. Just like that. And then for the purpose of this video, I'm going to stop there, but you want to do the whole thing from top to bottom. So before you vacuum, you would want to dust mop any hard surface flooring, such as this tile floor in this beautiful facility. So I'm just going to give you a demonstration of a quick dust mop. I am not going to show me doing the whole floor, but as you can see, I'm going to focus on the debris that is very evident to see. And I'm making my camera person really work on this video. So this is the push method of dust mopping. And I have a purpose of this, because what we're going to do, we're going to push it right under the rug, and then you can come and vacuum it right up. It makes it a lot easier. That's one of the reasons you want to vacuum last and not before you do this. And another method of dust mopping is like the back and forth like this. You can cover a little bit more ground that way. And it's very important that this is hooked up just like this, so it can swivel. Otherwise, it will not swivel. So one of the things that can happen with your dust mop is this white contraption, and it's meant to be this way, but it prevents it from swiveling. So if it's ever down like that, it's not going to swivel. So if you ever have that problem, just simply pull that up. It's not hard to do. So we'll just finish our demonstration here, and I'm going to take it all the way to here and put it onto this rug again. You can just vacuum it up. Every office space has a common area like this, and you do not need to vacuum the whole common area every night. But as you can see, there's some debris on the ground. So we're just going to go and spot vacuum. This would be called spot vacuum. And when you're doing that, you want to, I see some crumbs out of the chair, you want to make sure you do just like that. So we're just going to take a quick whip around here. Kind of spot vacuuming. Now, if I was doing a thorough vacuum, I would make sure I would do it all the little bit like this. I hope you can hear me on there. So I'm not asking you to go all the way under the chair, but you got to at least get right like that. Okay, in every building we have, you're going to have to vacuum every day. Certain spaces are going to need to be done every night. For example, a common area mat like this, you're just gonna have to do every time you're there. As you can see, the debris on the mat, and sometimes with these kind of mats, they kind of hold the debris. You have to go over it over maybe more than once, and I'll show you while I'm doing the demonstration. Okay, now we're going to show vacuuming in an office or a cubicle type space. So if you could bring the camera over here and show. We have people that eat at their desk. And so if you're cleaning this space, you have to vacuum this. You can't skip and wait for your once a week vacuuming. This would be spot vacuuming every night. And you'll get to know, once you have an office that you're cleaning, you'll get to know where the people that eat sit. Really getting there. Push this back, and there's another little area there. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate a thorough vacuuming when you do more than just spot vacuuming. So one of the things you want to think about is where you're going to plug your vacuum in. So we're going to use this space right here because it gives us a big swath of area that we can vacuum without having to take our plug and plug it back in. So we're going to start vacuuming in this would be called like a little conference room. So I'm just going to give a quick demonstration, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit more. Okay, when you're all done vacuuming, you want to make sure you put the chairs in nice and neat up to the table. If you remember at the beginning of the video, the chair was here, so you'd want to put it back right where I found it. And I don't know if you noticed on the video, I was vacuuming all the way up to the edges on every section of the room, and that's part of doing a thorough vacuum. So in the dust mopping video, which you probably should have watched already, we pushed a bunch of debris right onto here. You can't really see it, but it's there. So one of the last things you want to do in a space is vacuum the common areas like this. I'm just going to give a demonstration. So as you can see, I was doing a very thorough vacuuming. And again, that's only once a week. You don't need to do it like that every time you're here. But while we're talking about vacuuming, I want to show you a couple things. Some of these vacuums have these pull-out tools. In fact, all of our vacuums do. You just want to make sure that it's actually attached to here. Because if it's not attached, you're not vacuuming anything up because the suction process stops right there and doesn't actually come into the vacuum bag. So again, just push that down, give it a little bit of